everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Unverified Accounts Pod. How are you doing, Micayla? We are halfway through the year.
Don't tell me that. This time is going by too fast. I don't like it. But yeah, halfway through the year, it's summer now. It's hot. It's hotter in Michigan than in LA, according to you, because we're
Yeah,
getting 95 all week. So
and I'm
hopefully
still in
my
75-degree weather,
hopefully my
partly
edges
clouds.
will be here by Friday. I do have edges, guys. Yeah, the allergies are whooping my behind. So if y'all hear me sniffle a little bit, or if I mute myself to sneeze, um, you know what it is. Don't come at me with that COVID. Oh, she's sick. I don't get sick. Sick of y'all. Sick of this shit. I don't get sick. Thank you.
Okay, then. I'm sorry. I'm
How
just
are
looking
you
at
sitting?
myself. I'm looking at myself in this video recording. I'm like, wow, I'm white as paper.
Well, if it was 90 degrees in LA, we would be the same
I would just
complexion.
be, girl, no, I would be just red. That's about it.
I tried. Girl,
Um,
when I already know after this summer, I'm about to be like, I get black so quick. Like it takes nothing for me. I could be outside for one day and my mom will be like, "Dang, you done got dark." Especially during track season, baby. I'll be looking back at pictures from like junior, senior year. Honey, ain't nothing wrong with it. Well, black is beautiful. The blacker the berry, what comes next. But sometimes it's just like, I'm having an identity crisis. I don't recognize myself. I look like my iPhone screen when my phone is dead.
girl.
Okay, but you've been good, Sid.
I've been shockingly good.
Good.
Um, I've just kind of been at peace with life lately, and
Sounds so
no
wild.
matter what's good or bad happening, I just like everything is, this has been I had this on my heart. I forgot the song now. This is my season for grace.
For favor, this
This
is
is
my
my
season to reap what
season.
I have sown.
And
Yeah.
here's my testimony right
Okay,
here. I said last year was the year of growth. It was the year
bro,
of
bro.
planting some seeds.
He's
And this year is the
leaning.
year of harvest. And you know why I said that? Because he said there are some seeds in the ground.
Mm,
And you
already
know
planted.
what?
He's leaning
Hey,
in
and
my
my
direction. Oh, Shabba. I said he's leaning. Ooh, in my direction. Oh, yeah. Okay. I should probably go to church, but that's neither here nor there. As long as the praise is happening here and there, God knows I'm close. I just ain't made it back home yet. I'm close. I'm on the road. I'm headed back. I ran out of gas, so I'm stranded right now, but
no way.
I'm on my way. And Meet the Browns, that bus came once a week or whatever it was. I'm waiting on the bus. I'll be there. Don't worry about me. Lord. Hopefully my mom is praying enough for the both of us right now. I think she's got it. I'll be back. Don't worry. Anyway, we're getting off topic, but it's fine.
It's okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
life has just been good. Life has just been, it hasn't been, it's been like, I feel like for the first time, life has been pretty chill for me, not crazy. I'm not fighting for my life
that's
as
good.
much anymore. So yeah.
That's because I don't want you fighting for your
And I've
life.
been in the gym, so I feel like my mentality has been
Yes,
positive.
you're looking good. You're looking thick, waist snatched like a pair of white cart. Wait, what was that? Oh my God, what was the lyric? We were just talking about it. Waist
Oh,
snatched
wait,
like a pair of
Cartier.
white. What was it, Cartier? I don't think he said that.
Yeah,
Now I gotta go look.
white
Yeah,
Cartier.
you heifers better not take my caption. Because if you do, I will know. And once I know, you're cut. Amen.
And did I ever send you that one video of this event I was gonna go to, but ended up like the line was crazy. I was like, we can go. I'm not waiting in this line. But they were playing Stomp, and it was a girl on a stripper pole twerking to let make me clap my hands. I was like, I'm so glad we did not go in here because that is the ghetto.
Oh, it was got her waist snatched like some white Cardi lenses.
I was
Yes.
close.
Nigalations 13-7. Oh no, I should have said 313. Oh,
Yeah.
I missed that
Okay.
one. It's fine. All right, Sid. What are we talking about today?
So today we are talking about relationships. That's our little topic today, like maintaining relationships. We have a long distance relationship. Bless you. Bless you. Um, and I feel like we've done pretty good at maintaining our relationship, but I also feel like the majority of our relationship of us being like close friends, bless you, has been because not because we're far away, but it has been
Yeah, it's an
long
odd
distance. It's weird. I don't know.
weird because, like I've said before, we get closer the further apart that we are. I don't know what that's
Hmm.
about, but
Yeah, and sometimes I'm like, if we FaceTime each other, like, you're my man. Like, why am I FaceTime you? I think we
and he
both
is.
have ancient attachment styles.
Yes, but I am right now, I am your man because I don't know if you guys saw Sydney's recent Instagram story post. She was dancing for me.
Yeah, I like to show you
Hey,
my
I
new little
love you,
TikToks.
my everything. And I hope that the people watching knew that she was talking about me. Cause y'all can't replace me. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I hate to be the controlling best friend, but it is what it is. Sorry. You don't compare. You don't hold a light to me. Or is it a candle? I don't know. Anyway. Um, yeah, basically just maintaining relationships as adults because it's different when you're young and everybody lives. I mean, obviously, sometimes people move away or they have family members that are long
Hmm.
distance or that they don't see all the time. But for the most part, when you're younger, you go to school with people every day. And then, you might leave the school and be like, were we really friends or were we friends because of circumstances? And not that you weren't,
Yeah.
like, you guys are still cool. If you see them, but you don't see them every day and you guys
Hmm.
don't talk unless you see them out at a party or somebody's graduation or whatever the case may be. But
Yeah.
like, what do you think has been the hardest part of just maintaining, whether that's friendships, relationships with family, like your parents, your brother?
Hmm.
That is, what do you think's been the hardest part for you?
I would say, that transition out of college, those college friends have been really, really hard to keep up with because we were living together. Like, I'd see you every day going to class, walking to class. Like, we were on one campus together. So
Mm-hmm.
we had that relationship where we were forced kind of, a little bit to spend time with each other because there was no one else.
Mm-hmm.
So I think
Everybody's
for
away
me,
from home.
it's like I'm an out of sight, out of mind person. I have this one friend I've been meaning to text for like a year and a half now.
I thought I was the only
Mind
one.
you, let me stop right now and wish her happy
Yeah,
birthday.
do that. I thought I was the only one because sometimes I feel bad. Like I could have, it might be a friend from middle school who, you have those friends that you guys don't talk often, but when
Hmm.
you do, it's the same vibe as when y'all were 11 and 12. So I always feel bad because like you said, I'm an out of sight. Like it's not that I don't miss you, but it's not that I miss you. I just don't really tend to miss people. I only miss them if I'm thinking about them or if, like if I see somebody's Instagram post or they comment on a picture and I'll be like, oh my gosh, girl, I miss you. But if I'm not seeing them on social media or talking to them every day, it's out of sight, out of mind. I actually saw that could be a symptom of
It
ADHD.
is. I saw that.
And I was like, is that what that is? Because really, like even my mom used to say, like when you have friends, Like I'll get a friend and spend all my time with them. And it's not that I leave my other friends behind, it's that like in the moment, I'm cool with this person, or we're both on the basketball team together. So then we're always seeing
Mm-hmm.
each other. You know, whereas if me and you were in high school and we didn't see each other unless we had a track meet, or that was really the only time we saw each other. I'm not
Or
thinking,
you had a basketball game and I was cheering at the basketball game. Like
yeah.
that was.
But other than that, I'm not thinking about that.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel bad because I tend to be the person that when I think about somebody, I am really adamant on reaching out to them at that moment because I feel
Mm-hmm.
like the reason that I'm thinking of them, or just to say, hey, what's up? Like even people who not necessarily fell out, but like grew apart, sometimes I'll
Mm-hmm.
randomly maybe DM them or comment on a picture and be like, what's up? But other than that, I'm usually the one that people reach out to, and I'll feel bad because it's like they're the ones always reaching out. But if I talk to you very often, I am texting you. But then once I
Mm-hmm.
get to the point where we might be across the country and you got your own thing, especially with college, because we're just now getting out of that college phase to where now it's like you're reconnecting with people.
Yeah.
Because when I went to college, I was really the only one who went not only out of state, but far. Like as far as in my high school circle, in other circles, which I mean, I didn't really, it's not like I really have circles
Mm-hmm.
out of school. I had you know, you have like your little cousin friends who aren't really your cousins. But other than that, everybody at Farmington, other than like people that I didn't really talk to, they all went to U of M, Michigan State, Central, Western. Like I went to Atlanta. Nobody else was there. I mean, Mania was there, but me and Mania didn't hang out or talk at Spelman. It
Mm-hmm.
was like, oh hey. And then I had my own friends at the time for a split second. But then when you come back home or everybody's graduated, or then that's when you kind of like start seeing people or kind of connecting. So I don't know. I would say for me, it's not even necessarily a hard part with maintaining relationships because I like my close relationships, I think I'm pretty good at like watering those flowers.
Mm-hmm.
However, I will say the hardest relationship to maintain might be the one where like my friend lives, you know, in California and I live in Michigan. But I wouldn't say hard to maintain. It's more so like sometimes I don't have anybody to hang out with, and I'm like, it would be really nice if City was in Michigan and we could go to this movie or we could go to this club
Mm-hmm.
or just stuff like that.
Yeah,
Or
I think that's another thing is like I don't have an everything friend, like, because you're my everything friend. Like I know that
you what's up?
like I just don't have someone that I know will be down to like do whatever. Like, let's go to a movie, let's do this, let's do this. Like I have like my friends who are like, okay, let's go out. I have my friend who's like, okay, she's gonna be down to like do some arts and crafts with me. But I don't have that like one friend who I can do everything with. And that was like one of the hardest transitions about moving out here was just feeling so alone and lonely because I had like nobody. I had to start from scratch.
Yeah.
Um, so that's like something to adjust to.
Mhm.
And it's good to have friends for certain things, but it's also hard when you only have friends for certain things. Like I don't have a friend I would like, oh, come over and let's just chill.
Yeah. Let's
Yeah.
chill. Okay. Yeah. And I think another thing too is like not being able to like come over and cheer you up if I know that
Hmm.
you're in a mood or you've had a bad day or like you're so far away. It's like we'll be on the phone, and whether you're venting or if you're happy or if you're crying, it's like, I hope she's okay. Cause like, is she really like once she hangs up, like sometimes you'll be like, okay, I'm gonna go now. I'm gonna go cry. And it's like, girl, do anything about that. Like, okay, so I'm like left like, okay, is she boo-hooing? Is she tearing up? Is she just Like, did she end up distracting herself on TikTok and now she's fine? Like, what's going on? What's going on? Yeah. So I would say that's another thing. But I would say as far as like friendships or for me, I mean, I don't really have a big fam. Well, I have a big
Mm-hmm.
family, but not that I'm close with, and none of them other than my mom live in Michigan. So that's easy because I'm an only child. My mom is my mama. That's my girl, my dog, my sis. I mean, to an extent, she will still beat me. Um, but that isn't difficult to maintain. I would say as I've gotten older, it's easier because one, I have my own place. I don't live with her, so I'm not catching the attitude if she irritates me a little bit at the wrong
Mm-hmm.
time of the month or something like that. And then obviously as you get older, you're less irritable with certain things or like the demand from a parent is different when you're 23 as opposed to 16 and you didn't do your homework or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say as I move out, I've always appreciated my mom. So it's not like I'm like, oh, I moved out and I had a different appreciation. It's more like I moved out and I'm like, sometimes I just want to be at home and not have to pay for the meal I just ate. Just come
Yeah.
home and know whether she cooked it or bought it. I didn't pay for that. Like, you know? So I would say, like, family wise, it's easy because I love my mama and she loved me. And I mean, other than you, that's my best friend. Like, can't nobody come between us. Amen. Love you. Um, so I would say that as I gotten older, because I mean, I had like slight still, but used to have slight anger issues that, she's the only person at home. So who's gonna experience all my wrath? Probably her. I'm not going off when I'm in public because it's like, I'll wait till I get home. It's like, oops, oops, oops. Have you seen that video? But yeah, and then it's like being an adult. I don't know. It's like all of a sudden a switch was flipped. Like it wasn't even just necessarily me moving out. I think that did have something to do with it because I don't necessarily miss her because we might talk for an hour and a half in a day. Like we talk every day, multiple times a day. But it's something about it where I'm just like, I love my mom. I love my mama. Like we talking all the time. She has work. I have work, but she gonna call me at work like I don't have a job. Like, babe, I gotta keep it professional. Um, so that's easy.
I
For
think
you,
it's also when you get older, I know at least for me,
mm,
I realize how good of a parent, like how good of parents my parents are. Because
yeah,
you see other people's parents and you're just like, wow, I may have just been a little bratty, but my parents are actually decent. Like they actually care about me and like
yeah,
take care of me.
yeah.
Um,
And that's
yeah.
never been a doubt. It's just like you get
It's
older,
just,
they just like, oh my God, I love you. Like I
hmm
just can't explain it. And then also, our parents are the same age. I think it's also the like you're realizing how quickly time goes. Like my mom is about to be 60. I'm sorry to clock your age on this platform, mother. It is what it is. As long as you don't look 60, we cool. As long as they think you still 40, that's fine. But it's like you look up and realize, and I'm not saying like, oh, I only got 10 more years with my mama. Like, no. But it's just like you look up and realize, like, okay, in 8 years, I'll only be 30, 31, but you'll be 65. Like you realize that time goes by quickly. So I did the math like, so when I was born, my grandma was 65. My mom is 58 right now. So in a few years, that's how old my grandma was. Like you don't realize
hmm
when you're younger, you just thinking like, not that they're old, but this is your grandparent, like, oh dang, how many years ago was that when you had my mom go to this and made this for her? And then you get to the age and it's like, hold on, we a couple years away from that. Like, what is going on? And then you realize, like, when you're younger and they're at that age, it was a quick progression until, okay, they're 80, 85, 90. I'm like, oh my gosh, I've been telling my mom, like, mom, you're 57. She's like, oh, I don't know why I'm sore. You only moved a whole entire house, rooted it, picked it up, moved to Farmington Hills, took the garage off, pushed your car in. You didn't drive it. And the next day you're asking why you're sore, babe. I don't know what to tell you. So for you, I mean, what's because I know you're long distance, so it's for
Hmm.
everybody, for your friends, for your family, for so like what's that like for you? Because I mean, obviously we both went to college out of state, but it's different when you're in school and you
Hmm.
know, oh, I have a break or I'm going home or this is not permanent. Whereas
Hmm.
graduated, you have your degree, you're taking steps towards what you want to do in life, what your end game is. And it's like, even if you only live somewhere for 3 years and move back home or move to Atlanta or move here, it's semi-permanent. Like you're not at
Yeah.
home living life, you have a job. Like, what is that like?
It's really hard, especially because I'm really close with my family and I have a big family. Like,
Mhm.
um, it's kind of hard, like wanting that support or just you just can't, it's not the same. Like my parents call me all the time or whatever, and we talk on the phone all the time, but it's different from being at home.
Right.
Especially because like my grandparents are getting older and just knowing that I sometimes I'm like even like with my younger cousin, I feel like I'm missing out on time with her or with my grandparents, but I know I have to live my life. I can't have
Right.
my life surrounded by them and they wouldn't want that. But it's
Yeah.
just like frustrating because it's like I just want to spend time with them or like see them. And we're kind of at the early point in our careers where I'm not making enough money where I could just like go home as much as I want to,
Right.
like every holiday or like birthdays and things like that. So it's like suffering. They're like, "Oh, when you're gonna come home?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I don't know when that's gonna happen." So,
Yeah. And then I can only imagine because I rely so much on my mom on a day-to-day basis
hmm.
just from making decisions like, Mom, which shoe do you think I should wear? Or do you think I should do this? Or do you think I should text such and such and ask them if like so even though I do that and you can call them when you're in LA or in
Hmm.
Atlanta, it's like it's different because it's just like they're still not there. So
Yeah,
yeah, I feel like that would be difficult. Especially like if you don't answer, it's like what am I gonna
yeah.
just stop my life and stop breathing until they call me back about this certain thing. And I think that's also like life, like that's the whole point
I'm
is no
sorry. I should have closed my window. I feel like that's so loud.
I didn't hear anything.
You don't hear them. It's
No,
just
man,
police sirens. It
didn't
just
hear,
drove by.
didn't hear a thing. Um, but yeah, that's the whole thing. Like life, we're gonna be on our own, and that's the whole like. Obviously, your parents are here to guide you in a way
Hmm.
and protect you in a way, but you still have to learn. And I think I have a problem with that because I just it's a compliment to my mom because I trust her so much to where she could tell me, go cut your foot off. And I'll be like, well, you are a doctor. You do have your degree. Osteopathic. I know what it is, babe. So that's going to help my blood flow. Okay, whatever you say. And it's just like, that may not be the healthiest thing. And I'm aware of that. Like, but I think it's just, we're just at that time in life where you just realize time is moving fast. Like you can't
Hmm.
stop. So because you're in LA and you don't spend as much time with your family and everybody's aging and getting older and all that, that's life. And I hate that because it's like we really are just it's the same for everybody. Like you can't stop time.
Yeah.
It just keeps going, whether you're in
Hmm.
the same state or not, whether you live together or not, whether you talk every day or not. People are constantly changing and growing. And that's yeah. And I think for me, not as much now because I mean my circle is pretty small. Like people know me or I have mutuals just because I crack jokes and people might see me like, oh hey Micayla, whatever. But for the most part, small circle. So it's not terrible because people I talk to, we all have jobs. You have a job. I know when you get off. You know when I get off. Other friends have jobs. So it's like, but initially, especially when I was working nights, it was like not even necessarily maintaining because I still saw my friends all the time. It was more so just understanding different schedules and being at the age where you know that somebody might not always be available to answer the phone or
Mm-hmm.
want to go out this weekend. We're grown now. We can go out and take trips or we so like text it, oh, what you doing this weekend? Oh, I'm gonna be out of town or oh, I gotta work or stuff like that. And it's just like you realize this is the age where people begin to have those friends that, girl, I missed your call, like your phone tagging and just might talk once a month or see each other once a year or not even that. But I think as long as you like put the work in, like as long as I'm reaching out to you or you're reaching out to me, shouldn't be that difficult.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I think that's where people mess up too is like I'm somebody who, especially if like we talk all the time, I'm the one who probably will reach out all the time. And then I feel like I might get to a point where if I'm busy or I haven't reached out as often, sometimes it's like, well, I ain't heard from them. So
Yeah.
like, and then you start, you have this, there's this balance between over analyzing and just simply understanding the circumstances of life. Because I know people are in school trying to get their degrees, masters, associates, bachelors, professional degree, whatever it is. And they might just not, there's some people who don't text back all the time or don't call back. And then, but then you have on the other hand, like if I never hear from somebody and I usually reach out, then what is that? Is this us being busy and both on just different schedules or in different moods? Because sometimes people could be overwhelmed or tired or, overworked from whatever the case is,
Mm-hmm.
your schooling. So it's like, how do you read this is just like, oh, we're on different times right now, or this is a relationship that isn't being well maintained, whether that's me, whether that's them, like whatever the case is. And then like you get to this age where it's like relationships are a lot more fickle than they seem because you get to this point where we are grown. We don't see each other all the time. So people become distant between each other, but is that a distance that you need to be like, okay, let me just take a step back because whatever? Or is this a distance where it's just like, girl, let's get together? Or what are you doing tomorrow, next weekend? Like, we need to catch up, you know?
Mm-hmm. I think, in my opinion, it really just depends. Like, I'm someone who's always scared that I'm bothering someone or that I'm annoying someone. So I know for me, it can be difficult to reach out to people sometimes just because I feel like if I've done it too often and I haven't necessarily got a negative response, but I also haven't gotten necessarily like a positive one either. Like might be just be short answers or whatever.
Mhm.
I'll just be like, I'll step back for a second and then I'll be in my head about it, like, oh, maybe they don't really like me, maybe they're just busy, like going through all the possibilities. But there are those times where it's like, okay, maybe this person just shouldn't be my friend. And not saying that we shouldn't be friends, like friendly, but the capacity of our relationship has changed
Mhm.
where